What does $700,000 actually get you in Connecticut? And more importantly, does it get you the same lifestyle in every town? Because this is where a lot of buyers get surprised. $700,000 in one town can feel like a dream. In another one, it feels just average. So today, I'm breaking down what $700,000 actually looks like in 4 Central Connecticut towns I work in all the time: Glastonbury, West Hartford, Farmington, and Wethersfield. And by the end of this, you will understand not just what you can buy, but what you're actually paying for in each location. Before we jump into each town, let's set expectations, because this part matters. Across all 4 of these towns, $700,000 is above the average price point. So we are not talking starter homes here. We are talking homes that are generally move-in ready, in desirable areas, and often updated. But, and this is the key, what that $700,000 buys you is very different depending on the town. And in some cases, what you don't get at $700,000 is just as important as what you do. Let's start with Glastonbury. And I want to be very clear here because this is where expectations can get off track. Glastonbury is one of the most premium markets in Central Connecticut. It's known for strong schools, newer developments, and overall long-term value. But here is the reality. $700,000 in Glastonbury is not new construction. If you're looking for a brand new home here, you're typically looking at $1 million and up, often well above that. So what does $700,000 actually get you here? You're usually looking at 3 to 4 bedroom colonial, somewhere around 2,000 to 2,500 square feet. These are established homes, often built in the 50s, 60s, up to the early 2000s, and many have been updated over time. You will likely get a good layout, a solid neighborhood, and a home that feels complete, but not brand new. And this is the key. In Glastonbury, at $700,000, you're buying into the town. You're paying for the location, the school system, and the long-term stability, not necessarily the newest or the biggest house on the market. Now, let's shift to West Hartford. And this is where the conversation changes completely, because West Hartford is not about space in the same way. West Hartford is about lifestyle. This is one of the most walkable and vibrant towns in Central Connecticut. You have restaurants, coffee shops, the center, Blueback Square. There is energy here. So when you're buying in West Hartford, you're not just buying a home. You're buying into that lifestyle. And at $700,000, you're typically looking at homes in that 2,000 square foot range, maybe tiny bit bigger. Many of those homes are older, early 1900s, up to maybe 1940s, but a lot of them have been beautifully updated. Lots are usually smaller, and depending on location, you might be trading space for proximity. And this is the key difference here. In West Hartford, $700,000 buys you location and lifestyle more than size. You're paying to be close to everything. You're paying for walkability, for exceptional schools. You're paying for the experience of living here. Now, let's talk about Farmington. Farmington sits in a really interesting position here because it offers a more modern suburban feel. It's more quiet than West Hartford, but often feels newer and more planned than some of the older towns. At $700,000 in Farmington, this is where you start to see more modern layouts. You might find homes built in the 80s or newer, open floor plans, higher ceilings, and less need for renovation. Square footage is often in that 2,500 to 3,000 range, sometimes more depending on the property. And for a lot of buyers, this is a big draw because they don't want to deal with updating kitchens or reworking layouts. They want something that feels clean, functional, and ready. So in Farmington, $700,000 often buys you convenience and a more modern living experience. And just as West Hartford and Glastonbury, top-rated schools. And now let's go to Wethersfield, because this is where the value conversation really shifts. Wethersfield has a completely different feel. It's more historic, more community-driven, and generally more affordable compared to the other towns we've talked about. So at $700,000, this is where your money stretches the most. You're often looking at homes that are 3,000 square feet or more, larger lots than in West Hartford, and in many cases, homes that have been already renovated, but still keep a lot of charm and character. You might find unique layouts, older architecture, and properties that feel very different from the more standard suburban homes. And this is where buyers sometimes pause and think, wait, why am I getting so much more here? And the answer is you're trading location premium for value. In Wethersfield, $700,000 buys you space and character, but you might not get the same level of newness or the same demand pressure as towns like Glastonbury or West Hartford. So if we step back and simplify this, Glastonbury gives you long-term stability and a strong overall package. West Hartford gives you lifestyle, walkability, and energy, but less space. Farmington gives you newer layouts and convenience with a more modern feel, and Wethersfield gives you the most house for your money with character and space, same budget. 4 completely different outcomes. So if you're thinking about buying in Central Connecticut, especially somewhere in that $600,000 to $800,000 range, take a step back before you even start touring homes. Think about what matters more to you. Is it walkability? Is it space? Is it a new construction? Is it a character? Because the town you choose is going to shape your entire experience, not just the house you live in. And if you're trying to decide which direction makes the most sense for you, that's exactly what I help buyers navigate every day. Not just finding homes, but really figuring out where they will actually be happy living. If you're in that price range and exploring your options, my contact info is in the description. And if you want more breakdowns like this, different price points, different towns, real comparisons, make sure you subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.